Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I said, are you ready for this amazing speed gaming race between two heavy hitters in Fpiz and Destructor? My name is Adam, aka WXFan21, joined by the one, the only. It's Ronald Rage. Ronald, how are you today?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I'm
Excellent.
very excited for this race for sure.
As everyone should be. I really want to know, can we get some Team Fpiz or Team Destructor in chat? I mean, I just want to know who you all are rooting for here. We're going to get started here in just about a minute. And we appreciate all of you watching this live. The runners are just practicing. Destructor lets us know that they decided they wanted to practice having to work today. You know, Ronald, how dare Destructor not take a PTO day when there was such an important race going on here for Fusion?
Yeah. He gets a solid, 10 minutes of practice. Let's go. Sounds like my race as well. It sounds like my race. Adminning this race, so hopefully we can start here soon. I'm talking to the runners in the race time.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. We're ready when the runners are. Ronald is ready to talk all about the technical stuff that we're going to see here in Fusion as I still and practice. I'm still learning some of the more ins and outs of the speed gaming itself, but we got a play-by-play, we got a color, no tracker because it's any percent, so definitely keep that in mind. It's just Ronald and I, and we appreciate all of you just trickling in here as well.
All execution here.
That is so we do need to get some audio here on stream. I have no audio in Discord. Chat, do you have audio where you're hearing? Because I've got nothing on my end. We just want to make sure we're all sitting good on audio. Chat, let us know if you can hear everything. Okay.
You hear one game? Okay, that's good. That's good.
We can hear one. That's good. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Fpiz versus Destructor. Get ready. Here we go. The racers are about to get off and running.
Go.
And Ronald, what can you tell us, for those that are just new tuning in here to Fusion, what can you tell us about Fpiz and Destructor, about their speedrunning careers? Are one of them new? Are they titans? Are they, assumedly like Fpiz, who claims to be better than Scotty? I'm only kidding.
Nobody's better than Scotty. But
we still need to find out if Scotty is in fact a robot.
A robot, yeah. No, he's our glorious king, as Mike would say. But yeah, no, these guys are both top 10. They're both incredible. Destructor, I would say, is probably they're both pretty rusty. They took a hiatus until the tournament started.
Okay.
But I mean, they've both been running this game for years and years and years and years. So the muscle memory's there. So they're still going to be very solid.
Excellent. Now we're going to come to, as I've heard from many commentators, one of the worst rooms in the game is the initial climb here, coming out of the ship.
Yep. I don't mind the climb because I go for the easy. Actually, what Fpiz is doing right here is the climb that I prefer. It's very solid. It's about a second slower than the really, really tough climb. But I personally am not a fan of just resetting 30 seconds into a speed run, so that's why.
Ronald, can you? Yeah, Ronald, one thing that the runners are not going to really see here on their screens because they can't see the runner's hands. Tell us a little bit, because this is going to come into play a lot throughout this race. Tell us a little bit about tech smashing.
It's pretty nuanced, actually, as we see Destructor missing the horn note. That kind of stinks. But it's not just mashing. Like a lot of games, you could just kind of mash, and, it'll be fine. But you have to, hold B or down or whatever as the text goes, and then once the arrow pops up, you have to hit for it to go fastest a different button down, B, A, whatever, and then repeat for each text box, and then each text box is different length. Some can be short, some can be long, so it's actually, as far as RTA goes, a lot of time saved if you can do it properly.
So it's definitely something what you're saying is something the runners should be practicing. That's definitely something nuanced that it sounds like save them time, especially when we get towards the end when you have that ridiculously long commentary between yourself and the online the ship computer.
Yeah. I hate that, dude, because it's like when you're on like a PB pace, you gotta just sit there for like a minute and a half and mash through text. And it does matter because you can lose time if you do it poorly. But yeah.
I am hearing. I'm not sure if that's coming from one of our runners' cams. Can you hear a background audio, Ronald?
I don't think so.
You hear that?
Here, let me see. Not really. Of course. Oh, yo, nice. My phone.
Oh, that's what it is. I was gonna say it sounds like someone's watching TV, and I want to know what you're watching.
Oh, that's my pops in the background. Let's go.
Oh, there you go,
dude. Let's go.
Excellent. So we get missiles, and these runners again. This is something that really shouldn't be surprising to anyone. Both of these runners are so tight right now in terms of, just where they are on the map. But Ronald, something we have to keep in mind: these first two eye doors. And Arachnus, and then when we get to Zazabi, the third boss, the RNG is going to be so crucial for the early part of the run.
Definitely. Once you get... that's important you said the first two eye doors, because after you get Charge Beam, you can one-shot the eye door, but before then, these runners are going to be looking to a double missile, so you can fit 2 missiles into 1 frame. And so instead of having 3... rotations, I would call it, of RNG, you only get 2, but still, yeah, it's gonna be very important to see who gets the beams here, or hopefully but neither get a bunch of beams, but we'll see.
Okay, 1 beam for Fpiz, 1 for Destructor. Oh, Fpiz misses the double. Oh no. Oh, Destructor gets it though. Fpiz is getting bad RNG now and just getting beamed. And oh, there you go, nicely done from Fpiz. Nice recovery.
That was a lot of beams from Fpiz, but he still got into the door at 4 minutes. That shows how good he is. Holy crap. That would have been like a 4-10 entry if it was me.
And now here we go. So the RNG we were talking about with Arachnus is the possibility of Arachnus turning into the Morph Ball, and neither one get it, so nice fight. Nice double from Fpiz, and just like that, we're done with Arachnus. Let's face it, the hardest boss in Metroid Fusion.
Yeah. Fpiz going for the backstrap too, so...
I'm only trolling, chat. I apologize.
So Fpiz probably saving a little bit of time, because the backstrat is a little bit faster because you don't get hit by the spikes that Arachnus does.
And both runners... Yeah, I mean, that's definitely interesting. Like, if you're a casual runner, you're like, I can't shoot the back of it. It's a hardened shell. And, just being how hitboxes are in every game for that matter. We talk about hitboxes a lot in Super Metroid. And just like that, the hitbox there in Arachnus, turns out you can shoot Arachnus from the back. And Destructor out to a bit of a lead, again, just based on the RNG that they got with the lack of beams compared to that first door. So, now we head to the, oh my goodness, dramatic music of, oh no, X's have infiltrated Sector 1 and are pretty much clogging all sorts of air vents, even though Samus is the only one on the station! And wearing a helmet! I just realized that, like, I don't know. That's just kind of crazy.
Destructor messing up a little bit on the, escape out of main deck, so they're really close now, actually. I think, that's like 2 or 3 seconds max if Fpiz is behind.
I made someone in chat laugh. I'm happy.
Yo. So I'll briefly explain why that backstrap works for Arachnus. So if you can't just stand behind it and mash missiles, you actually have to jump and hit Arachnus kind of like with a missile shot from above, and Arachnus will do like an animation, and that's what messes with the hitbox and lets you able to shoot it from behind. Just a little brief explanation of why it works.
Very nice. My apologies. My wife just got home and I missed part of that, but I'm glad chat got to hear it. Sounded interesting.
Sorry about the... I don't think it'll be too bad, the background. It's just my stream setup is in the living room, so...
Listen, Ronald, we all understand that when you stream yourself, you have a disco ball that drops from the ceiling. We understand.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens.
I love it.
It's a party every stream.
Chat, we're trying to have fun. This is a little bit of the I don't know if I'd call it the boring part of the race, but it's just, you know, the very initial part here. Both runners now have to go and clear out all 5 of these rooms, and due to the speedrunning strategies itself, you're not going to see them clear all 5 right away. You're going to see them leave 1 room to the very, very last, just due to the room placement. So that is definitely something here to keep in mind. And you're probably wondering to yourself, why are both of these runners skipping that E-Tank? Because it does take probably, what, 5 seconds away from your run?
Yeah, 5 or 6 seconds, yeah. Gotta go fast.
That's why it's a speed run.
Yeah, we'll see him pick up about either 3 or 4 E-Tanks, I would say. Probably 4, just for safety. They don't want to die. And they're going to pick up, obviously, the fastest possible E-Tanks that, like, the Sector 6 one, the one before Yakuza, that you literally just, like, run through it, pretty much.
Absolutely. So. Also, if you love Metroid in general, you definitely want to stay tuned here, right here on the main Speedgaming channel, coming up at 7:10 p.m. Eastern and 8:10 p.m. Eastern. The first of the best of 3 matches for the Super Metroid Randomizer tournament come up. That's coming up again later on tonight, 7:10 p.m. Eastern, Game 1, 8:10 p.m. Eastern, Game number 2. Definitely something to keep in mind for that. And as these runners continue their climb up, I don't even know what you would call this room. Monkey bar climb?
Fire climb, yeah. That's really interesting what just happened there. So, Fpiz was faster with killing the stabilizer generator, whatever it's called. But with the steam cycle, Destructor ended up having the faster room. So that was really interesting. I guess it's RNG. I still don't really know about the steam cycles personally, but I guess that means it's RNG. Oh my god, this phone shit.
Fpiz! Fpiz got revenge on Destructor on that eye door!
Yeah, look at
and
that.
It's the first one to the charge beam door boss. Now, there is a strategy where you're going to see these runners on these type of Corexes specifically, or any Corex for that matter, jump up in the air and try double shooting them down. Ronald, can you tell us why they do that?
Yeah. Actually, Destructor with the very interesting setup there. That's not the normal setup that most people do. What Fpiz
Did he trap it on the ledge?
Well, it's hard to really explain what he did. He just kind of went crazy. But he got the double-double. So what I mean by the double-double is I mentioned it with the first and second eye door where you could fit 2 missiles into 1 frame. And it'll count as a double hit. And so it'll save, what, 6 or 7 seconds for that particular Corex, and these guys are so good. You're going to see them do it on pretty much every single Corex in this entire run, besides Late Beam.
Yep, and kind of what you saw as well there, on that stabilizer, you're like, why'd they take damage? Because when you take damage, you kind of just gain like the invulnerability. They were able to, rather than going all the way around and shooting that that X that was hiding on the stabilizer, they were able to just shoot their charge beam on the X and ignore the armor on the outside. So that's definitely something that's interesting too. And chat is losing their mind right now because we have a celebrity in the house. Ronald Scotty has joined us in chat.
Yeah, he actually explained the steam cycle, that it's not actually RNG, which is good to know, you know. I just thought that was really interesting that it must have been the timing of entering the room. But yeah, because Destructor like messed up the backup to killing the stabilizer. But yeah, with the steam cycle, he ended up having the faster room. But yeah, Scotty, OP.
And now we're going to be heading to Sector 2, Ronald. And something to keep in mind is this third boss fight. I don't mean when you're seeing the SAX and them blowing up the door. The third boss fight, Zazabi, has a bunch of different predetermined cycles, and it's just amount of RNG of how many of the jumps that each of these runners are going to see on Zazabi throughout the first 3 stages. That last stage, when it's just, you know, crawling around, it only does 1 jump. So those first 3 stages, how many jumps they're going to get, could determine who's going to come out ahead here in Sector 2.
You can get anywhere from 3 to 12 jumps, I'm pretty sure. It's 12. It might be 11, but I think it's from 3 to 12, and that is a pretty big time difference there, especially at this high of a level of, you know, these runners. So, that plus the eye door, yeah, there's quite a bit of RNG at the beginning of the run.
Yep.
But after Zazabi, I really think after Cirrus, actually, that you get, I would say, get rid of like 70% of the RNG because at least to me, once you get speed booster, that's when the run really starts. You know, it's all about the movement and the tech and stuff like that.
He says that now until we get to Cirrus.
Because I was thinking, after Zaz beats not the boss RNG isn't too bad. Like, and then thinking, I'm like, oh wait, Cirrus, Yakuza. There's definitely a lot of boss.
Can we please not bring up the Yakuza fight for Fpiz? They don't need nightmares here before they go and fight Yakuza again, okay?
I didn't see that Yakuza fight, but I heard about it.
Oh, everyone heard about it, partially because of me, but...
Yeah, that's
hilarious. Yeah, it was an 8-round Yakuza fight, so Fpiz has not slept since that last fight. Fpiz has done nothing but, for every single day, fight Yakuza and find a way to hack the game in order to have Yakuza only on a 1-round fight.
Yeah, that's like a solid minute.
Oh, that was such a fun run. Poor Fpiz. Probably never ever wants to see Yakuza again.
Oh man, Yakuza... That is such a big roadblock because you could be on such a good run and then you get a 4-round with some beams and it's just like, oh man. But it could be the opposite where you're on a pretty mild run but then you get like the god RNG and then it kind of saves your run. Yo, nice frame perfect jump from Fpiz there.
These runners are neck and neck, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. This whole run they've been like, it's almost synced.
Holding hands in every room.
And it's
you know how it is.
The time loss has been almost all like minor mistakes, but mostly just RNG.
Yeah, I mean it's really nothing the runners are even doing. Like you said, it's been the RNG, it's been the door RNG, it's been boss RNG. It's just, you know, Fpiz finally got a little bit of revenge there on that first door, but the Zozo's here. Who came up with these names?
The Zoro, the Zozo,
Zoros. I want to came up with Yakuza and Zazabi. Was someone, you know, having a few too many adult beverages when they thought of these names?
I do not know. And then I found out that those little bug thingies in Sector 6 are called menus. I just found that out recently.
A menu is something you want a food off of!
Yeah, I know. So there's some interesting names for sure.
Oi. Fpiz, I don't know what Fpiz was doing there. Just wanted to destroy those little red wormy things. Yeah. Destructor now definitely taking more of a few-second lead here.
Yep.
And now we head to everyone's favorite jumping worm thingy. No one's favorite jumping worm thingy, but we're heading to Zazabi.
It's fine, but that 3 missiles is really low.
1 beam for Destructor, and that's it.
Not too bad.
1 for Fpiz. Fpiz getting trolled. Nice 2.
Tank too, so I guess they're gonna go for the 3 tanks.
Here we go. 1 jump. Oh, Destructor. Nice first round.
You could technically get 0
again
first round.
Fpiz. Oh my goodness. So Destructor's gotten 2 1 jumps and 2 2 jumps. That's 2. Oh my goodness, Destructor. That's just not fair.
Only one extra jump.
Trolled.
Destructor got phenomenal RNG there. With
That was
only
incredible.
1 extra jump. Yeah, only 1 extra jump.
Wow. Fpiz, get back to the game. Fpiz typing in chat.
Let's go, Fpiz. F pizza, let's go.
F pizza. Why you make me hungry?
Hey, pizza do be pretty good though.
Ooh, favorite kind of pizza,
God.
Ronald?
Oh, I can't. Cheese.
Nice.
So I have a second job at a pizza place, and I made so much pizza yesterday. I don't even want to talk about pizza.
I worked in restaurants for 10 years, so don't worry about it. Destructor, always gonna do it. We're gonna get a sack skip.
Yeah.
Oh!
It looks like it'll work out. Yeah.
Beautiful Destructor.
It's all about that morph timing. And yeah, it's all about that morph timing.
That was pretty. Fpiz is gonna have to try it to keep up. Fpiz! No! Fpiz!
Oh no, Fpiz, no! I hope they continue though. Oh no, really?
No way!
I was watching Fpiz earlier, his stream, and he was practicing the sack skip and failing it. So I wasn't sure if they.
Oh, that's unfortunate, Fpiz.
Yeah, I mean, if Destructor dies, Fpiz can still win this, but
I mean,
17 minutes behind is pretty
yeah,
bad.
Fpiz is gonna need Destructor to take a death here. But if Destructor already saw it in race time chat. We're not gonna spoil it for chat. But Destructor saw it, so it would not surprise me as if we see a safety save coming from Destructor.
100%. If it was me, I would.
That would end the race. That would end the race.
Yeah. I would probably save.
Save right here.
Before box 1, and I would probably save before Yakuza because that save is only like a second.
Yeah, that makes sense, especially with Yakuza and how bad Yakuza can be.
Yeah,
so, I mean...
It's the save, like, when you go into the ship, and so you literally only lose a second. It's the fastest save you can possibly do.
I mean, listen. The, what do you call it? I just lost my train of thought.
I think he morphed too quick, is what went wrong there.
Yeah, the Yakuza fight can cause a death. I mean, we saw Fpiz almost die to Yakuza in the 8-round fight. So again, anything can happen, but all it takes is, Destructor isn't going to safety save.
I mean, he should be fine here. No, Sector 4 is, I mean, it's... If you die in Sector 4, something is going wrong.
Bro, I mean, you have all that electrical water that does, like, 200 damage every time you touch it. I'm only kidding.
Rest in pizza.
Oh, jeez.
Scotty's such a prankster, I swear.
We still haven't confirmed if Scotty is, in fact, part robot. Have we had Scotty do a captcha test yet? Chat wanted Scotty to do a captcha test the other day.
He does have a heart rate monitor on the stream, but that could just be for show. So I think this is the first race of the entire tournament that the lower seed, or the higher seed, whatever, higher number seed, actually wins the race. So whoever faces Fpiz in the losers bracket is gonna be not very happy because Fpiz is a beast.
That is true. I mean, big shout outs to Fpiz for trying the sack skip.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, people used to think that the sack skip is like, oh my god, it's like the hardest trick in the entire game. But if you practice it and, like, as I said, you morph at the proper time, you really just, after you do that proper morph, you just hold left pretty much and jump over the beams. So it's really not that bad, especially these caliber of runners. But yeah, just that morph timing was a little off. And...
Yeah, nice shot from Destructor. Should have that first charge beam shot. And, misses the second, though. So, Ronald, tell us a little bit about what Destructor's doing here.
You can see Destructor's face. It's like, no. So you can kill Theris in 2 shots with the charge beam. Look at. I'm sorry. Oh, that was hilarious, though. Oh my goodness. But yeah, you can kill Sears in 2 shots because of the how overpowered the charge beam in this game. We didn't really explain it very much, but the charge beam has 2 like particles, I would say, 2 parts of the. I'm sorry, Destructor's killing me here. But
Destructor's face.
But yeah,
Destructor should totally try to be a sport here and should try reverse Sirius to try to give Fpiz any kind of chance here. Who am I kidding? It's a race.
Yeah, it's a tournament race too. But yeah, so I think missiles do 10 damage, and the full charge shot is like 24 or 26 or something. So that's why you're supposed to kill Sirius in 5 shots, but with the charge beam you can kill him in 2.
Oh, Fpiz is trying this without picking up those extra missiles.
Yeah. It's pretty standard. He'll pick up, so I believe he skipped the missiles in main deck.
Yeah, he skipped both expanders, I believe.
So he'll pick up the missiles,
oh no, he didn't. He got them.
Right after animals and before Yakuza.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
It's fun. Maybe Destructor's on on PB Pace or something, because I think he knows Fpiz died, so who cares if he got a 3-4 round series?
Yeah,
No,
doesn't
no,
care at this point.
Destructor
He
with the low
does
height.
it!
What an absolute boss. But yeah, as I said, we got Sector 4 done here, so this is where the movement starts to get really tight and really interesting.
Yeah.
On Destructor's side here. I saw Fpiz not shooting with missiles, so he skipped the red X apparently. Yikes.
Oh, that might have been it. Because he does have 20, so he picked up the 2 down the first 2 missile expansions that we see.
Yeah, I personally like picking up the main deck missile. It's a second slower than the later missiles, but just for like safety. I'm sure I'll end up skipping it in the future. But...
Yeah, he did skip the red X. Thank you, Scotty. Scotty is currently scouting out his competition.
Like he needs to.
Like he needs to.
That is really a bummer. I mean, sack skip is just a beast sometimes that you will die to. You will die to sack skip.
Sax is so overpowered.
That's sad because these 2 runners, as I mentioned before, are incredible, and this race was going to be super tight if that death did not happen. But
I mean, you can tell why Fpiz did it too. Fpiz did the sack skip because they already knew they were probably behind Destructor. And that being the case, Fpiz wanted to try making up that time, but again, it's
7
like...
seconds.
Yeah. It's like the 7 seconds, yeah, that's kind of tough to overcome. But it's doable, but just...
That's a lot of time, and you know...
Yeah. Here in any percent where it's not a rando and it's just a straight race, like it's 7 seconds is a lot of time if you don't do sack skip and your opponent knows it. So here are the level 2 hatches being unlocked.
Yep. With these level 2 hatches, that'll bring out more enemies that they'll have to deal with, but it'll be fine.
Fine, Chad. It's fine. Oh, did Fpiz skip that initial E-Tank too?
Which E-Tank? He did! Yeah, the one right before,
Right before Arachnus.
Arachnus, yeah, interesting. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know Fpiz's thought process is I've lost this race, but
yep,
it's always important in a tournament race to continue on because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Correct. You don't want to be that person that's like, you give up and then your opponent dies and it's like, oh, I could have won, but I didn't.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And also at the same time, it's like, you never know. Destructor may want to go out to dinner. You never know. Just go grab a snack, go to the bathroom. You get a couple minutes back. You never know.
You never know. Anything can happen.
Chat, we're trying. Sorry, we're trying over here.
Get some pizza, right?
Oh, Mike, would you stop with the food? Otherwise, I'm going to make you order me a pizza. Mushroom for me, though. Chat, are you hungry?
I kind of am hungry now, actually. I should stop. Ooh!
Destructor goes to Waffle House. Can we please stream that?
So Destructor actually missed the trigger. You're supposed to go to the left and trigger the box 1 fight. And he missed that trigger because obviously you want to cut it as short as you possibly can.
Oh my goodness, Destructor, that was... Dude, did you even fight?
Yeah,
Xbox.
very clean fight. Very clean fight there.
Jeez.
You can do a little bit of a faster fight by kind of jumping into it and shooting. But it's, number one, especially with only one E-Tank, it's pretty risky. And if you mess it up, if you do it perfectly, it saves 3 seconds, but if you mess it up, it doesn't save any time.
Yeah.
I personally like the strat that Destructor did. That's what I do. Is the traditional box 1 fight.
It's very, very nice. So now Destructor is going to head to go get their Varia suit, aka the mustard suit.
Yep. The most beautiful suit in all
Yep.
Metroid games.
And Chad is ordering right now, Ronald. They're ordering a ton of pizza in Fpiz's honor.
Nice. Let's go, F Pizza.
I mean, do you think Fpiz stands for feta pizza?
Oh, you never know about that. What's another topping that starts with an F with an F?
That was the first one I thought of.
I think yeah, feta is really all it is. Because I would know.
Destructor is taking time out of their very important run to commentate in chat.
Yes. It's very important to communicate with with the audience while you're doing a speed run in a tournament. My food
There's
is
Fpiz yet again.
But...
Okay, both of these runners are now just trolling chat and the commentators. It's all good. Speaking of the runners, exclamation point R in chat to follow both of these amazing runners, and exclamation point C to follow the commentary team.
Alright. Yeah, these guys are awesome. And it's so nice to see both of them back at Fusion. Because like I said, they both weren't very active, at least this year and late last year when I kind of got into the run.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool to see, you know, different runners, especially at this level. And
yeah, definitely focus on the runners. Exclamation point R to follow the runners. But they're both just absolutely amazing. So if someone could put that up in chat, that'd be great, please.
Sector 6, the Dark Sector.
Yeah. We've seen deaths happen here before.
Definitely. That's actually a very good point there. I mean, and Destructor's at 99 health. You usually die here if you go for the risky box.
Oh my
one
goodness.
That I was talking about.
They're just literally Samus's head at the bottom of that X, but again, we talk about hitboxes, and
yeah.
That X's hitbox is it was just a little bit above it. So there's the second energy tank. And the first time we're going to see the SAX. Because, oddly enough, we can't actually progress past here without that SOB. And yeah, I'm being nice.
Yep, gotta lay that power bomb for us to let us go through.
That's right, everyone. Samus used the SAX before breaking any rules later on in this race.
Yeah, that blue X you mentioned, that's kind of a notorious blue X that it's random, you know, how the blue X's kind of go around, they go around in that little loop pattern.
Well, there was a race earlier on in this tournament where just it was like some sort of movement or whatever, or I don't know if it was a glitch, but the two blue X's beneath that one all ganged up on the runner, and 3 hits later, that was it.
It's probably because the runner, their movement must have been a little bit slower, I would think. Because if you go through that room fast enough, you should never get hit by those two blue X's.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken there, but at least from my experience.
You know, they were a great sport, and, you know, it was a great race. Destructor here, a nice, was a 4-round there on the charge beam for large core X.
He might get a triple-double here, too. Let's see. He got the first two. Oh, there it is. Very nice fight there from Destructor. That was very solid. The triple-double is tough on that boss because at least the first hit is tough because it's random where you kill where you kill it, where it spawns. But that was really smooth from Destructor. It's always nice to get that triple-double there. Like triple-double 4-shot. Oh, it's even nicer to just fall down in that room, too. Oh, it's double! Double! Destructor. No!
Look at Destructor's face!
I know.
What?
It was just like a beautiful, beautiful fight into absolute shambolicness. Absolute shambles.
Did you just say shambolicness?
I sure did.
Could somebody call Webster to see, could someone call Webster to see if that's a word?
No chance that's an actual word.
Scotty says Destructor taking a second to contemplate life.
Pretty much, yeah. Sector 6 can the escape or leaving Sector 6 can be so brutal sometimes. So I understand the frustration.
I mean, Scotty may or may not be wanting to put on a race where it's just every runner against him, and just to like test his skills because he may or may not be getting bored. I'm only kidding, Scotty.
Actually, Monkey in his race got a 44, which
Monkey's been talking smack.
So Monkey is catching up. That actually bops JRP. It was a 111.40. I don't remember exactly, but 44 IGT is like he's only the third person to ever do that, or might even be the second person to ever do that. So he's catching
crazy.
up.
Yeah. All right. Someone in chat has in fact now said your new made-up word.
Nice shambolicness. Yo, shout out to Smade as well for teaching me that word.
Oh, so it's a Schmade word. Well, that explains a lot.
He said it in a race one time, and we thought it was pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm only kidding. Fpiz, would you focus on your game? Jeez.
As I said, he's in shambolicness. Or whatever I said.
Shambolicness.
Okay. Yes, Fpiz has to go for sack skip again.
Do it. Do it.
He has to.
He doesn't have a choice.
Yep.
I love it. The Italian goat.
Yes.
Fpiz, the Italian goat. Yeah, okay.
Fpiz is Italian? I didn't know that, actually.
I didn't know that either, but apparently JP says the Italian goat. Alright, so here we go. It's time for Destructor to enter Sector 5 arc. Fun fact, this is the only sector in an any percent run where we visit 3 times. He's doing it again.
Let's see.
Oh, that redemption for Fpiz!
It looked a little shaky too with the morph, but he got it. He got it. Let's go.
Redemption for the Piz!
Yes, the Italian goat. Fpiz. Alright, Fpiz will for sure win this race now. Let's go.
Oh, it's all but guaranteed on no energy tanks!
Yeah, I know. It's so crazy he jumped.
I love how someone says Aaron Rodgers and the GOAT. Kiss Tom Brady 7 rings. Yes, I'm a Pats fan, not ashamed of it.
Ugh, that's fine. I'm a Falcons fan, so...
I'm sorry.
I'm just not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything at all.
Listen, I like Desmond Ridder. I like them coming out of college, so... Is he the answer? I don't know. And you've got my boy Bijan, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, now that we're going to be losing, like, all over 100 viewers that we have here if we start talking actual
sports. Let's not. Yeah, let's talk about let's talk about Metroid Fusion. That's what we're here for. All I'll say is Joe Burrow is overrated and
thank you
quarterback. That's all I'm
okay,
saying.
Ronald,
but
you and I need to be talking afterwards, so I'm just saying.
Back on to a climb on Sector 5.
Chat, don't leave! Don't leave! You gotta have fun.
Yeah.
And Destructor is so far ahead. Fpiz, though, in Sector 4. So is still 3 sectors behind, but, you know, shoutouts to Fpiz for not giving up. This conversation is shambolic.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Fpiz for continuing, because I'm sure it's very frustrating to die to sack skip in a tournament race. And
yeah.
I'm sure a lot of players might just get angry and just give up. So
yeah, shout out to Bullet Catcher. You congrats have invented a new word that chat was using. Bullet Catcher says this conversation isn't shambolic.
Nice. nice to know. Nice to know. Alright, so we have ice missiles, which is arguably an upgrade from super missiles. So they are useful, but with supers you do a crap ton of damage, and then ice missiles, it doesn't decrease your damage, but you don't kill the enemy anymore when you just freeze it. Yeah.
Yeah, it freezes it. And diffusion, I understand the concept of diffusion missiles, but it's just oy vey. Like diffusion missiles just take away from the power of the missiles. because it's like, okay, I'm holding my missile launcher to shoot this thing, and oh look, it's automatically charged, which you didn't want it to.
Yeah, and also we didn't really mention it, but emergency frequency, but the more so when you go from missiles to supers to etc. The reload time takes longer, so the doubles are going to be more tough. So each missile upgrade, the double missile strategies are going to get harder and harder and harder, especially when you get to fusion.
Ronald, you know what it's time for. Emergency in Sector 3, chat. I want to see the spam. Lucid knows what's up. Let's go. Spam the Franker Z emotes.
Alright. There's my Franker Z for you.
Oh no, Fpiz missed the first one.
Oh no. He's in shambles.
It's shambolic. I'm now going to look for excuses to say that word the rest of this race.
No.
Fpizzy Wizzy.
This is
Fpiz!
A bad fight. I mean, it was a 3.
Thank you, chat. Best emergency in Sector 3 spam we've had anytime I've commentated this any percent race. Nicely done. Y'all should give yourselves a pat on the backs. Destructor going down Red Tower, very nice. And now becomes arguably one of the most technical portions of this race.
Yeah, emergency is it's one of my favorite segments because, well, I mean, there is a little bit of RNG with the door at the end.
Sorry, I gotta shout that out. Astro, well done. So, Shambalism and Franker Z.
Yeah, there's a lot of very tight movement, very hard execution on this. It's not like there's not one point where it's like super tough. It's just, as you see, Destructor messing up a little bit there. It's just this entire Sector 3 segment here is just room after room after room that are far from free.
Yep, even this room, it's like you destroy the first one, make sure you don't launch a ridiculous amount of missiles, and make sure you freeze out of the hopper so you quickly get up to get there. And here we go, Destructor, can you get a sub 430?
I'm gonna say it'll
be 430, my bad. Oh, he missed the doubles. Oh no, okay. So Destructor's gonna end this with a 431. Nicely done from Destructor. Yeah, nice emergency time.
Very solid.
Bench is
low height. These guys are so swag. Both of them getting the low height.
That was really nicely done. And Fpiz now making their way out. And this is the portion of the race where the ASPCA thanks the runners for their contribution to saving the animals.
Yep.
I just keep saying the ASPCA, like they are the organization, but as much as in Super Metroid, you know, you really don't save the animals because it does take away time on a speed run. Yeah. Like, this is where the fusion run, story-wise.
Those animals might have been handy a little bit later. As we see a very grainy yell from Destructor there, falling into the lava.
And Destructor is still swearing at the monitor!
I honestly wish we had, we could swap to, Destructor's, mic. Yep.
Nice escape out of Red Tower, by the way.
Yeah, that was a very solid climb there. Very solid climb. That climb can be difficult if you go for the fastest strat. So that was,
I'm a fan of saving the animals.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't remember his name. Wasn't there a world record in Super Metroid where the guy actually saved the animals in the world record? It was one of the early ones, though.
I am not sure.
Yeah. Oh, Harurubi. I think that's what his name was.
I mean, we do need a new category. That's Super Metroid any percent with saving the animals.
Right. Yeah, so in this game, though, in Metroid Fusion, you have no choice. You have to save the animals, which is even more RNG. It's not a lot, though.
I was just gonna mention that this is, in fact, some RNG.
Yeah, it's not much, but yeah.
I mean, it is RNG. I mean, let's call it exactly what it is. Yeah. It is RNG, because the RNG that Ron's talking about is where the animals are as soon as you release the hatch. If they're not by the door and say they're really far on the screen, There's nothing you can do to time that. There's nothing you can do in game to get him closer to the door. It's pure RNG. I'm sure Scotty and every other racer will tell you about it. There's nothing you can do about that RNG.
And on top of that, you said if they're next to the door, it's good. Even if they're next to the door, they could totally just run right by it. I've seen it happen many times. So, I think it's not that big. It's like 5 seconds at worst, maybe 6 seconds.
Well, I want to get some over-under in chat. Chat, over-under 3.5 seconds from when Destructor hits that switch if all the animals come out. Over-under 3.5 seconds. Get your predictions in now.
Man, I hope we get... There's like a thing that we call the God Animals. It has to be under a 1% chance. It might be like a 1% chance, but it's when the animals... Ooh, I got a little bit of a tough time there. But
yeah, Destructor not going for the impossible strat.
Yeah, it's when the animals come out before the text box even goes away from like, hitting the switch. I think I've had it happen to me twice.
Gotcha. And we got 2 overs in chat. Let's find out.
Yeah, it's over for sure. Over under 5 might have been, but let's see.
Yeah, a little bit of a... Oh my goodness, this is terrible.
Yep.
Oh my.
Destructor sleeping.
That was like 7-8 seconds.
Yeah. So with the animals, the reason why I said it's typically like 4 or 5 seconds is you're never gonna get fast animals as typically average is what we just saw there, and then slow, aka losing time, is like a really slow animals.
All right, next time I'm doing 6 seconds.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why the time loss, you're typically not going to lose time because you're never going to get that God animals that I mentioned.
So here we go. Destructor going to head back down. Remember how I told you all that we're going to go visit Sector 5 3 times in an any percent run? And this is going to be our... Because at this point, and you know, Ronald, what's even more interesting? The computer says the only data room available 5. What about the one on the main deck?
Main deck, yeah. I guess Adam just forgot about that. We'll just forget about that, you know.
I mean, I highly doubt the power's still out to the elevator, but you never know.
Yeah, so, yes, we're going to download Power Bombs coming up here. And not sure how you download a Power Bomb, but, you know.
Let's do it.
See what we do. And then after that comes pretty much my favorite part of the run, which is...
Boss rush?
Yeah, the last 20 minutes of the run, it's just boss after boss after boss after
boss rush.
Interesting Destructor picking up that missile there. It's a little bit slower than the missile tank before Yakuza.
I mean, Destructor is giving Fpiz a fighting chance.
It's preference too. And when I'm talking about it slower, it's like 0.2 seconds slower. It's not that much at all. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty free as well. You just kind of hold left, hit it, and then go back down the elevator. Yeah, there's like 4 missiles you can choose from. It's like there's that one, there's one in Sector 5 that's should really never go for, and then there is one right after Spitter Hallway, we call it, and then the one I just mentioned before Yakuza. So it's really up to runner preference on which one to grab.
Runner preference.
Yeah, Scotty, that's pretty much what I assumed as well. So we are gonna.
I mean, we could make this the Scotty happy hour, where all we do is talk about Scotty all the time. It's possible.
Nah.
No? Okay.
We could do that during his race, I guess.
Fine.
So let me actually pull up the bracket here, just because I know I've been super busy this last few days, but let me take a look at it and see.
That's right. Sing the fanfare, chat. You know you want
to. So the winner of this race is actually going to face the winner of Scotty or Baria. So, congratulations, Destructor.
I love how we have the unbiased Ronald just already calling
Baria
Destructor the winner.
Oh, right. My bad.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Whatever. Hashtag Team Fpiz.
Then we have Monkey and Schmade coming up. And so,
the
yeah, round
Schmade.
4 is going to be some hype races, that's for sure.
Wait a minute. Did Monkey lose?
No, I'm saying Monkey versus Schmade will be.
Oh, I thought Schmade lost and went to the loser bracket.
Oh, it's probably just not updated then.
Okay.
That's what it is. As I said, I've been super busy, so I haven't really seen any of the races the past few days.
Fpiz is already going to fight Xbox too. Gonna go right ahead of Destructor. Easy wins for Fpiz. Gonna go just smack around the large core X and then go take on easy wins for Fpiz.
Yeah, so that's definitely.
Sam has come back to the ship.
I love, not really, I hate it, how Adam locks you in the room just to be like, oh hey, go to the ship. Anything else? Nope, that's it.
Nope. Please come back here. The ship's computer is lonely.
Fpiz might also get a triple-double here. Yeah, because look at that. Both runners with a triple-double in that core. That's really solid.
Nicely done from both runners.
Yeah, because
oh, look at that. Fpiz already has a gravity suit.
Yeah.
Fpiz just became Ridley. It's going to be Ridley versus Ridley.
That's pretty solid to see both runners get that double. Yep, too early to tell. Who knows who's going to win this race?
I mean, anything can happen.
I mistakenly thought Destructor was going to win, but I mean, obviously, we don't just...
I mean, clearly the way Destructor is, possibly swearing at their monitor, if we just see a fist fly towards the camera, then, Fpiz has a chance of winning!
You never know. He could get like a, 24-round Yakuza or something?
24-round Yakuza.
Yeah.
I don't think I got a 24-round Yakuza.
Yeah. I don't even know if that's possible, but yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's possible if Samus was just dawdling around having a cup of tea.
Yep, it is possible. Let's go. Come on, Destructor. Do it. Do it.
Listen, chat, we're trying. We're trying to make these comms as interesting as possible. If you're just tuning in, Fpiz and Destructor both did the sack skip in Sector 2. Destructor hit the sack skip. Unfortunately, Fpiz at 17 minutes took a death. And Fpiz did decide to restart after contemplating it for a couple of, for a little bit. And it's just, Fpiz is 17 minutes behind Destructor right now. So we are trying to make this somewhat entertaining. And again, anything can happen. You can lose to the Yakuza, Tori, the SAX, Omega Metroid. You make an accidental run in the wrong way after you're down to 1 HP.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And it's just got 3 E-tanks. It's 4 hits from the SAX. So yeah.
Maybe Scotty's Samus is going to spawn into the game and want to fight Destructor. Who knows?
Destructor with a pretty interesting, couple of strats here. The Vine Room. He went for a really cool strat that I've never seen anybody do. And then the way he's handled these pirates as well.
Here we go. Yakuza time.
Oh, Zero Beam. That's a good start.
And already purple. Nice from Destructor. And this is going to be... Okay, we're on round 2.
Yeah, so the strat here
3,
is,
4.
Yeah, the strat here is you kind of jump into Yakuza, so he doesn't take his time to go around the room. And then you just kind of spam around to try and get out of its grasp, and that's the fastest way to handle that first phase.
Yeah. I mean...
no doubles from Destructor. How so cringe. Come on, Destructor. You can actually double missile the Yakuza.
We saw it the other day, and then the runner ran out of missiles.
Oh no. Yeah, I personally can't do it because I'm bad, but it's very tough. Very tough. It's harder, in my opinion, it's harder than diffusion doubles.
Ronald, do I gotta start pumping you up like I was pumping up Kip the other day for Super Metroid?
No.
You are not bad. You are the greatest Metroid fusion runner that the world hasn't heard of because you haven't had a platform, and now you have one, and you're gonna take on Scotty and win. Just saying. Scotty's world record of 110 is going down. You're gonna get a 48.
48?
No. Actual 48 minutes. Real time. Not game time.
RTA. Gotcha. It's easy. You just cheat.
You actually use RTAs.
Yeah, again, yeah, Destructor with a very interesting strat in that Vine room.
Here we
Looks
go.
like he
The
looks like he
SAX
messed it
fight.
up, though. Yeah, he messed it up though.
SAX fight time!
Right?
And Destructor is going to be really safe with this fight, too.
Yeah, this one's pretty. I would say this one's probably the hardest one casually, but in the speed run, I would say it's pretty much the easiest one. Kind of tied with the Sector 5 sex encounter.
I mean, let's face it, that is probably the most scary encounter you have as a casual runner.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when I was a kid there dying for sure.
I still don't like doing that as a casual runner. I am not a fan of that section at all.
Yeah, after a few times, well, it's not too bad though.
Chat's now talking about soup.
First there's pizza, now there's soup.
So we have Feta Pizza on the left, Destructor of Pizza on the right, Ronald raging the pizza, and WX fan loving pizza. I don't know. I've really run out of things. So Destructor now heading to this Notori fight.
Ooh, he got hit. So ideally, you really don't want to get hit on Notori because you want to spawn a bunch of green missiles. Like you want to just unload all your missiles.
Oh no! Down to the Samaceder.
Be at 0 and then just grab a bunch of green X's because when you're at full health, you'll get all green X drops. But when you're not at full health, it's a 1 in 5. So as you see, Destructor has only 1 missile, but very fortunately, he got this will be 3 green X's.
Yeah.
So,
I mean that could definitely lost them a little bit of time there, but you know,
it's really cool to see the
recoverable.
Watch Destructor here because his strat, you know, as I said, for a lot of runners, they go for different strategies, and it's always really interesting to see. Just the way he's playing the game here because it's different from people I usually watch like Scotty or Marky.
And now we have Fpiz going to emergency and Destructor now through most of the boss rush, which is Yakuza, SAX chase, Notori, and now heading back to Sector 5, the third and final time we're going to go to Sector 5, and this time it's going to be to face Nightmare.
Oh yeah, Nightmare. One of the, in my opinion, coolest bosses in all of Metroid.
A very weird boss, too.
It's very weird, but yeah, I love the... What?
You can't really use... Yeah, you can't really use the OP power Plasma on Nightmare either.
Yep. Because the way Plasma works is it does damage per frame. So on a boss like Ridley, it can do a ridiculous amount of damage. But the way Nightmare's hitbox works, it does not travel through it at all.
I guess it's like 1 box big.
Oh yeah, we gotta see that Nightmare Space Boost Destructor. Come on.
Scotty wants to see it.
So Nightmare Space Boost is like pretty much a tactic strat. It's so difficult, just the way door transitions works. But
I wonder if Destructor, instead of Nightmare Space Boost, we're gonna see Space Jump. That'd be a pretty swaggy strat.
We'll probably just do the casual speed boost instead of space boost, but it's definitely time save because it's the longest speed booster in the game where you go through like 6 rings.
So satisfying. Watch this, chat.
Yeah, here we go.
Whee!
Scotty very sad not to see the space boost. Destructor is indeed not cooking right now.
You know who was cooking last night, just hanging out in Metroid Fusion chat, was Mike Food.
Mike Food always cooking. Mike Food owns Varia. I'm sorry, Varia. I mean, his PB is faster now. Alright, let's see Fpiz here. What kind of... It looks like got the double-double. 437. That's a really...
That's an incredible time. Finishes off on a 435. 4 seconds better than Destructor. Clearly, that means Fpiz is going to win this. Clearly.
Yes.
Clearly, Fpiz better than Destructor. So, for those that are just tuning in and wondering why these... this is a battle of very highly ranked Metroid Fusion runners. Fpiz, unfortunately, did die during the Sector 2 sack skip. Destructor hit the Sector 2 sack skip, and Fpiz did decide to restart as well. So big shout out to Fpiz for hitting, for restarting and continuing. Because again, and Ronald and I talked about this before, you don't want to be that person, like, if Destructor does take a death, you don't want to be like, oh, it's a race again, and we're all doing this again from the same exact time.
So Nightmare, the second phase is actually not RNG. It depends on how the first phase goes. And judging by the way Destructor's first phase went, I think he messed up. But he got a nice... so it was random for Destructor there, but he got a nice pattern. So
yeah,
great fight. And
great
he missed the last double, though.
Yeah, great emergency from Fpiz, and also nice escape out of Red Tower. And here we go, Destructor now getting their Phazon suit, their gravity suit. And what we're going to see here is the first time of what I like to jokingly call Samus starts breaking rules.
Yes. Goes against Adam's wishes and unlocks level.
Not against my wishes, I don't give a damn!
Yep. As I said, this boss rush is going to continue. We got box 2 coming up, and then after that it's Ridley. So, and then this lower 4 section that Destructor's coming up on is a very interesting sector to me that can be optimized heavily. We'll see with right here. Oh, he missed. He got the space boost through the door, but you can carry that space boost all the way down this room. We saw Sci-Fi do it in his race last week.
This entire section is very weird. Like, you have the little, floaty things from Iridia, like the little mini dragons. It's a very pretty section. The music is very, relaxing, but I don't know. It's really interesting. Here we go, Samus breaking the first of a couple rules, unlocking the little. So, I joke about this because, in this game, and Ronald can talk a bit more about it, you have a certain series of events in a straight casual run that's not any kind of random. You have to go through a series of events. So you have to unlock the hatches, and there's a secret message. If you skip the diffusion missiles and go back to the thing, they'll actually... The computer Adam will jokingly tell you to, oh, nicely done, Fpiz.
I was just about to say, I wish Destructor, went for it, because he knows he's 17 minutes ahead, come on.
Yeah. So, the computer will actually give you, I guess, what's called, a secret message. And that secret message is, sorry about you breaking the rule. Please go back and break another rule and get the diffusion missile.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, you have to carry a Shine Spark all the way through, a whole bunch of... I've never done it myself, but I've seen people do it. You got to carry it through all these rooms and then break through the way you enter level 4. And that's how you get that message there.
And look, on 3 energy tanks, even with all the suits, the Sax fight at the end can cause a death. The Omega Metroid fight can... Anything can happen, so Fpiz is not out of this if Destructor takes a death.
Definitely.
And Destructor has not taken a safety save.
Oh, yeah. I actually wasn't paying attention. They might have saved at the shift, but besides that, I haven't seen them save at all. A really good lower 4, by the way, from Destructor. That was, because, like I said, the movement there, if you go fast, is extremely tough. Mm-hmm. And he did all the rooms pretty well, actually, which is pretty cool to see.
Fpiz is still chatting with the people. Fpiz
is
man of the people.
Oh, secret.
Fpiz is, in fact, a man of the people.
Do it, Fpiz. Secret message is one of those things that, even if you're really good, if you haven't practiced it, you're like, how do I do this thing? Because there's a lot of ledges that that you have to store a spark on that are really, really small. It's a 1 block wide or 2 block. I'm not really sure, but it's pretty dang tough.
That's awesome. I'm excited. My wife.
It's knowledge, right? You have to know which one to store the spark on as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. My wife cooked dinner because I'm commentating. We got some pot stickers from Costco. Shout out Costco. Hashtag become a sponsor.
Costco is legit. I used to go there all the time, but not anymore.
You know, like how people love going to Target? I love going to Costco.
All the time, but now I just go there when I get expensive stuff like my phone or like my laptop. That's the only times I've gone there recently.
I mean, how? Oh, the hot dogs for $1.50 is legendary. Yeah. Legendary hot dog and a drink for $1.50. They really are. We've actually bought them for the house, believe it or not. Like, gone and got the hot dogs and the buns. They're so great. Fpiz is ready to please the people. Again, Fpiz hashtag man of the people.
Yeah, Scotty, that was the specific one I was thinking of too. The slope that doesn't look like a slope, and then after you store the spark, you have to like lay a power bomb because there's like fish in your way. It's just
the slope that's not a slope that's actually a slope.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, so we're coming up on box 2 here from Destructor. There's something called a ooh, we missed the shine part too. Called a what is it called? I don't even know what I'm talking about. A cycle skip on box 2, where you essentially skip a jump, and let's see if Destructor gets it. It's really tough, but as we see from Destructor, can totally do it. So it'll take him to hit all 4. Oh yeah, he's not gonna be able to do it. There's 4 missiles there. Will he go for the doubles though?
Oh probably my goodness!
As I mentioned at the beginning of the race, this Core X we used to think was pretty much impossible to double missile, but as everything in speedrunning that people call impossible happened, we figured it out, and it's actually possible, just extremely difficult. Because we have diffusion missiles, so it's really, really tough. Mm-hmm. That mixed in with this room being very kind of tightly packed, that in combination with the Core X having a small hitbox, all of those combinations makes it very tough.
And so Samus has now broken the 3rd rule. You hear in the background the computer saying, warning, no entry. Because in Metroid Fusion lore, the Federation decided that they think they know better than Samus, wonderfully probably thinking of, you know, all the good that Metroids can do, and lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, a Metroid part of this entire research station with with regular Metroids, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, or is it Zeta, and Omega Metroids.
Oh yeah. I remember playing this as a kid. This part blew my freaking mind. Like, what? Metroids, SAX, not fighting me. What's going on?
Ronald, we're apparently in the presence of greatness. I don't know who this Rosu person is in chat, but apparently chat's losing them.
Rosu is a legend. They mostly play a Zero Mission, but I'm relatively new in the community. I've been here only 2 years, but as far as I know, I don't really know Rosu myself. But yeah, they've been in the community for a very, very long time. But yeah, I'm not a big ZM runner either. I've only ran the game for like a month. So.
And now it's time for the second longest talk in the game in terms of text back and forth within the computer. And Samus. And now time for everyone's favorite dragon, Space Lizard.
Yep, good old Ridley.
And I'm going to continue to say it, the terrible sound effects that sounds like Samus is pulling on Ridley's tail.
Yeah, in my opinion, Ridley is way too quiet in this game.
Oh, nice sarcasm.
Yeah, gotta turn it up every time I fight. But yeah, it's what you call it. So this is like not really Ridley. It's like the X form of Ridley or whatever. The real Ridley was frozen, and then we saw earlier the little X absorbing it.
And now Destructor facing the Golden Guardians. Nice.
He had a good setup there. Yeah, but a double kill. Yo, that was sweet.
Right?
Pretty rare to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he had a really good setup. You want to get those pirates kind of spawned as soon as possible. As you see Fpiz getting the missile tank I was talking about earlier.
Sorry.
But oh no, don't do it. Yeah. So we'll see this fight. It's pretty easy because, as we were talking about earlier, the plasma beam does damage per frame. And
So OP.
as you see the beam go through Ridley, it's doing an absurd amount of damage. Let's see if Destructor can get some doubles here. He's going for a downward double because the force bond low to the ground.
So far, 1 round on round 2. Come on, Yakuza. Be nice to Fpiz. Alright, a 3-round Yakuza.
Yeah, I mean, it's
No! Didn't get the last couple missiles! Yakuza, why?
What in the world is going on with him?
Oh no, Fpiz is about to... No! Fpiz, no! At 7!
See, Fpiz is like literally like one of the greatest runners in the world. How is he messing up Yakuza like this?
No!
Not going for doubles either.
Hedda Pizza did it, in fact, for the lulls and to entertain chat. I told you, Fpiz, man of the people.
Yeah, this is totally on purpose and not on accident.
Oh, absolutely on purpose. Fpiz is a man of the people. Yeah, no, Scotty, it was Fpiz, it was an 8-round Yakuza.
Oh, he ran out of missiles! No. That was disaster. I wonder if that was even slower, because he ran out of missiles there. I wonder if that was even slower than his last one. Oh, man. Yeah, you got an 8 round.
Give me.
Apparently. I didn't see it, but heard about it.
Fpiz on the boss rush. Destructor about to go order some pizza and let Fpiz back into this race.
Yeah, right.
Now, Destructor is about to go take on the SAX and gonna go take on the Omega Metroid, and we are almost done, chat. Again, stay tuned right here on the main Speedgaming channel. We have a ridiculous best of 3. 2 of the first best of 3 matches for Speedgaming Live 2023, the Super Metroid Randomizer bracket. It's Eddie versus Bressingham. The first 2 of their 3 matches are today, 7:10 p.m. Eastern, right here on the main Speedgaming channel. Definitely check that out.
And then we also have a really, really hype race coming up on Friday for the Metroid Fusion tournament. Monkey versus Bench Juice. That is going to be so hype. Bench Juice got a 113, really like a low 113 in his last race, which is an incredible time. And then Monkey, obviously, got 2nd place in the world in his last race. So that'll be very, very exciting to see that one.
Fpiz, nice no beam there. And here we go. This is the longest text back and forth between Samus and the computer. This is where, when I mentioned back at the beginning of the stream about text mashing, just do it as fast as you can. And there we go. There's the facial expression. Samus, the real Adam Malakovich, has come back and is now taken over the ship's computer, and Fpiz goes into the Samus Eater catcher thingamajiggy, the Samus Eater. And here we go, looking for... I think that was a double from Fpiz. Oh.
That one wasn't.
Nope.
You can easily tell, not in this boss, but you can see like the 2 snowflakes. But on here, you can tell if they shot 2 missiles and didn't hit it, you'll see that like missile kind of flop away.
Bench Juice in their spare time bench presses Scotty's world record.
So that was interesting. So Fpiz actually went for the kind of safer strat where you don't shoot as much missiles, you do more charge beam shots. So you saw he had 6 missiles left up there at the end. So it's a little bit safer, but it's kind of slower.
Also, did I mention that where bench press was bench pressing Scotty's world records? It's because they're about to add more weight or take off some weight and be like, yep, your 110 is nothing, I'm going to beat it. Bench Juice is ready.
110 is free.
Yeah, it's absolutely nothing. Bench says, tells Scotty, hold their beer. 109 incoming. Right, Bench Juice? And here we go. Sax fight.
Fpiz is an interesting runner to me, where like they just kind of don't really say anything and just kind of randomly show up.
4. Nice 4-round sacks.
Yeah, very nice there. But what we're really looking for is the doubles on the ice.
Bench is ready. Bench agrees. Bench is about to go 109.
Destructor is successful here. That pretty much means
Destructor, work called. They want you to go ahead and go back to work.
Triple double, very nice, Destructor.
Destructor, work called. Don't hit the switch. Don't do it! Okay, fine.
The 112 is a pretty solid time. So it's usually about 2 minutes from hitting that switch to the end of the run. So looking like it'll be a low 114.
I mean, you can't argue with a 114. That's a great race time.
Yeah, definitely.
And Destructor smiling, knowing like, yeah, I probably could have had 113 if it wasn't for some mess ups.
Oh, I mean, remember the Cirrus fight? So definitely could have gotten a 113. He lost like 30 seconds on just.
Yes! Fpiz swag strat! Let's go! No!
He's doing it!
Oh, Fpiz!
Yeah, see, that's why Nightmare Space Boost is so hard, because of the door transitions. And that's what happened to Fpiz right there.
Fpiz, no.
Hey, shout out to Fpiz for going for it, though. And
absolutely, big shout out.
He went through a couple rooms there, too. But that's the hardest part, is that really, really narrow room with 2 doors. It's really tough to, go get through that room there specifically.
Absolutely, and here we go. It's the final boss fight. It's the Omega Metroid. Destructor misses the trigger to begin with. It's okay. Nothing you can do here. If you've never played Metroid, the Omega Metroid is immune to everything. What I thought was immune except to Ice Beam. Apparently, the trigger for the Omega Metroid damage it is actually the orange suit.
Yeah. So, Omega Metroid is free, and Destructor should not die at all. I'm totally trying to jinx him so Fpiz wins, by the way. See what happens.
And boxed into a corner. Boxed into a corner. Good night. We're done. Destructor might have a 113 if that can get back in time.
So yeah, no, there's the strat right there where you just kind of line yourself up to a specific point. Hold up and just smash B. And
yep. 114.01. GG's to both runners. Excuse me.
I'm so bummed out that Fpiz died there because
that could have been that was an amazing race. Both of these runners.
Yeah, exactly. This race would have been so close if he didn't die there. I know it. Yeah, GG Destructor.
GG's, and Fpiz still continuing.
Yeah, he messed up the Nightmare fight a little bit. The first phase, as I mentioned earlier.
I don't think Fpiz quite cares.
Yeah, but yeah, if you kill the first phase at a specific moment every time, you'll get the same pattern every time. Fpiz is a man on a mission.
Fpiz is a man of the people!
Secret message! Do it!
And that is what we're probably waiting for. Fpiz here. Yep. Let me go ahead and mark Destructor as the winner.
I kind of hope Fpiz finishes his run, because I'm honestly curious to kind of subtract 17 minutes from his run and see what kind of time he would have gotten, you know?
I mean, it's possible. Fpiz is very close to the end here, but... You know, also at the same time, like, Fpiz is... And also, you have to keep in mind, Fpiz avoided the first couple of tanks. So, which in a normal run, that we start Fpiz didn't do.
Yep.
It's just the Sax does way too much damage that early on, which is why that Sax skip is so bad.
It's so funny he skipped that E-Tank, too, because you literally have to jump over it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to physically try and avoid it.
Can we get some love for both of these runners in chat, please? And Fpiz wants to go ahead for that secret message.
Oh, he's doing it! So, yeah, I am so happy these runners joined the tournament.
Yeah. Shout out to both of these runners. Much love to both runners here. And, yeah. So here we go. Both runners are here. They're ready. And they are ready to escape Sector 4
Right.
to show
Fpiz is going for
everyone the secret message.
Fpiz is going for it. Let's see if he gets a first try. If he gets his first try, I'm just gonna give him the win.
I mean, Fpiz is better.
Hey, what's up, Destructor?
What's up?
Destructor!
GG. Yo, nice tears.
Fpiz. Fpiz is still going. Fpiz wants to do it for the people. Fpiz wants that secret message for the people. Chat was asking for it.
Yeah, that was a wonderful serious fight, Destructor. How do you feel about that serious fight?
Oh shit.
Listen.
I'm toxic, I know.
No, honestly, like, you got all the rights. I'm sure Fpiz is
No,
gonna
he
get
doesn't.
it.
You can totally...
Is,
exactly. Well done with your camera. That's exactly... You shouldn't be swearing at Ronald for even going down that way. How dare you?
Oh, okay. Let me restart. Ronald, what's your PB again?
Yeah! Got him!
I'm in shambolicism land.
Oh,
Whatever I said.
Cannibalism!
Absolute
Shambalism.
poverty. This is the total shambalism stream, honestly.
I love it.
I'm poverty mode. It's true.
For real.
But no, GG Destructor. I mean, 114.01. That's like
Thanks.
very solid considering. That could have easily been like a 113.30 or something with the Spears fight.
Well, Ceres was not like that much. I think it was like 10 seconds or something, but I ended up 21 seconds behind my PB, and I can easily tell you where I lost these 21 seconds. Ceres fight, not triggering the box fight, and then missing the wall jump twice after Mega Core.
Right.
Like these are my 21 seconds only based on big noticeable mistakes. Then you have all the other movement mistakes and stuff. So you know, I guess I'm not satisfied with the run and with the race, how the race went. In the run by itself, I guess it's something I can build upon. Like, I know I can still... I gotta keep grinding and just keep getting better. I think I'm pretty much just back into Fusion. It's my time to like get back in the game and get better times, but you know, for the race, it sucks that it went this way because Fpiz is just such a better player than I am right now, so it's
a bummer.
It sucks. It's a bummer.
With Stack Skip, you know, it's
yeah,
7 seconds. So at y'all's level,
Adam got the content he wanted. Asking for it last week during my race, I remember. But hey, here it is. You got your content.
And Sector 6 mistake was very interesting too, because your Megacore fight was phenomenal. It was amazing. And then right after that, you got like the 4-shot triple double essentially, which is really what you're looking for. That
whole jump is just, you know, I was reflecting on it, and that's why you might have just seen me constantly talking in the camera. I was just talking to myself, like, why is it that this wall jump is just an issue? Why is it that during this wall jump, I just press up for no reason, and no other wall jump? I don't know if it's a mental block or some shit, but I'm sure that wall jump saves like half a second or even less.
Yeah, but we have another race coming up. Oh no! There it is! So, GG's Destructor. Listen, I want to ask, and I'm going to ask this when Fpiz gets in here too. What is one thing about that run that you let alone, you know, being off your PB by a little bit, what is something in that run that you personally liked? Was there, you did gold somewhere? Did you like your movement in a certain... What about that did you really like? I mean, the sack skip was pretty.
I guess, yeah, I'm just happy I landed sack skip in a race. But I can't really think of anything special, I guess. I'm just looking at my splits. Like, I'm looking at my splits right now, and I'm trying to find positives.
You had the RNG on a...
Like, there's red everywhere. Yeah, I guess early game RNG was a good thing, but, like, saying you're happy about RNG is just...
Right, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
well, right.
I would rather be happy about myself than RNG, I'm gonna be real.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yo, Fpiz saying you finished in race time. Bro, we got video proof. You're not getting your points for this one.
Ouch. So I marked Fpiz as done. I'm gonna send Fpiz the invite. They didn't get it. They didn't. It's weird. I don't know how race time works itself. I know Fpiz forfeit already, so it's not a quote unquote forfeit. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
And there's Fpiz.
who cares? I mean, the
GG,
race
bro.
times are not saved, so we don't really
Yeah.
care. It's fine. GG,
And there you go,
sorry about
Fpiz.
that, bro.
GG,
Yeah.
Fpiz.
Yeah,
Fpiz already going to 0 mission.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I'm so mad.
Oh, my boy's already on the other game. Let's go.
Chat's
Yeah,
getting free content.
Let me train you Dread if you want.
no, no.
Wow.
Yeah, that's such a bummer, man. Because like you guys are both so good at this game. You know, it just sucks that sack
Yeah.
skip was what was the difference in the race here.
I'm not mad because of the race. I mean, I don't care. It's fine. But because it could have been a really entertaining race. Like, we were really close to each other. And I'm mad that I basically threw everything to the bin.
Well, I mean, sack
It
skip
happens.
is
Yeah.
I mean, sack skip is what it is. So GG's
Yeah,
Fpiz. I have a question. I asked Destructor this. I'm going to ask you this. Outside of dying this,
You're clipping. I don't hear you.
Yeah, you're kinda
Yeah,
going
your
out.
voice just cuts sometimes.
mine.
Yeah, it just
Yes.
did, yeah.
Rude.
Beside the death, what?
Besides the death, was there something you liked in that first round that you really, really liked?
Something positive about that.
Bring
Something
out a positive
positive
out
to
of your
take
run,
away.
honestly, yeah.
Not another freaking 8-round Yakuza fight. Not the sack death. That just
Yeah, the only thing is that after the death, like, my nerves released, and because my fingers were so stiff, I couldn't play. And after the death, I was chill because it was over.
Yeah, Destructor, did you hear that excuse? I heard that excuse. Did you hear that excuse?
I was
My
so
fingers were
nervous.
stiff. Destructor just got home from work.
I was
Fpiz.
so nervous.
I mean, all I did today was like pretty much sitting in a chair for half the time. That's what I do when I get evening shifts, so I'm not complaining about it. Though I completely get it. I think Fpiz and I both have this like start of the race nerves. You know, we both got to go take a dump before the race. So.
You guys
True-
were
true
so
story, honestly.
close as well. Like, y'all were within a second or two the entire time.
Really were.
Sack skip happened.
Well, I feel like he would have pulled ahead once we get past like
Oh, yeah.
mid to late game, but
Yeah,
I
that is
guess
a solid late game for sure. I've noticed that.
Not
Mm.
with the 11 jump and Zazavi.
oh, so that's why I was ahead. I
Yeah,
got, like,
you got
I
the
got
four
four jumps
jump.
on beam, bro.
Four jumps.
Of course I'm ahead. Of course I'm ahead.
So Fpiz, I gotta tell you something.
Mm.
On Yakuza, shoot
Yeah.
more missiles.
No, no.
Hey.
The thing is that I was too far on the right, so I thinked all the missiles. None of the missiles hit.
Okay.
Oh, that would.
I didn't hear the missile tink, so I didn't know. Okay, that makes more sense.
I don't know if
Fpiz
I want
now-
to be sorry or not. Like that's kind of cringe, bro.
Yeah.
It is.
That's like me on my nightmare fight 3 days ago.
What happened?
Oh man.
Don't you remember? You're like, even you were like, Des, what's this position? I think you posted that in chat.
Oh yeah.
In like phase 1, I was just too much on the right and didn't even kill in the first phase.
I mean, in these tournament races, like, there's always nerves. It's a race, no reset. Like, something's bound to happen. You know. So,
Yeah, you're
I
racing.
I wouldn't blame yourself too much with the
Well,
mistakes. Yeah, 114.01.
I'm happy that I lost, so I don't have to race Scotty.
Oh yeah. Hey, you
Oh,
never know.
so there it
Isn't,
is.
Terry a
monkey,
good
isn't
win.
it Monkey on our side of the bracket?
No,
No, it's Scotty.
It's
Oh,
good.
easy game.
Easy.
Hey, you never know. It could be Baria. You never know.
I was just gonna say, like, Baria didn't get any respect in their first one. They're not
You're right.
getting any respect against
You're
Scotty.
right.
Poor
Yeah, bro,
Baria.
listen. In life, there's death, taxes, and Scotty.
Yeah.
Like, listen. There's just a point where you gotta say it. Don't put him on the pedestal. Just say he's winning. That's all there is.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Hey, Baria beat Mike though. I mean,
You're
Who?
right.
Mhm.
You're right.
and Mike fooled the
I am-
Scotty thinking they're Thanos over in chat. Okay, Scott.
No, honestly, I know
mean,
what to blame it on for mine and Fpiz performances. Time zones. We cannot participate in all the like weekly and races that people
Yeah, I
do in
know.
Discord because of
I
time
hate that
zones.
too.
That's what
I
it is.
hate that too. Yeah.
Bro, let's just move to the US. I know, like,
Just for
like,
the
you know,
race.
let's go,
Yeah,
let's go.
Easy.
Easy.
Just for the races, the community race.
Yeah, sure. Let me
No
just
other
take a plane
reason.
real quick. Let me call my sponsor and book a flight for it.
Esport Metroid Fusion.
Yeah, this is what it is, yo. I'm gonna call Vitality on this one.
Oh,
So-
listen, you want to start with Vitality, we could talk about their CS team, but that is not what the people are here
I
for.
was at the major.
Were you
I was at the
really?
major. Yes.
Oh, we're going to have to talk about this afterwards off stream.
All right.
Because
Honestly-
we have another race coming up
Yeah.
just less than a half hour, so I do want to make sure we get everyone out of here with a decent hour. Otherwise, I don't mind.
Yeah. I do want to say one thing. Fpiz.
Yes.
Shout out to Fpiz. You continue to play. You know, you
Yeah.
went for Nightmare
Yes.
Space Boost. So thank you for not just giving up. And,
yeah.
Fpiz,
Having it
man
be-
of the people.
you know,
I was-
And keep looking at Fpiz because he's going to tear the lower bracket.
I know. I mentioned that too. I was
Mhm.
like, whoever faces Fpiz in the lower bracket.
I
feel fine.
continued just because I wanted Destructor to die, and that's it.
Yeah, you never know. It could happen. Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it probably won't, but you never know. And in a tournament
mean,
race,
The
always
last Anderson tournament, I died to Xbox when I was like 40 seconds ahead of Monkey, so...
oh man, and you never want
I
to be
was-
that guy who gives up and then like the other person dies, and you're like, oh, I could have won the race.
Yeah,
Yep.
for real.
So
Absolutely.
I want to watch the VOD because I think I morphed it too fast.
Yep.
And
That's what it was. For
Yep.
sure.
Yeah. Imagine die because you're fast. Wow.
I mean,
know.
chat, I don't know about you, but do you want to see these two have a rematch? I want to
No.
see these two have a rematch.
Maybe
Hashtag
one of these-
rematch in chat.
Maybe one of these days. That would
Maybe
be
in the
awesome.
lower bracket, you never know.
Never know. Never know. But yeah, I think that's a good place to call it though. GG's
Yep.
guys.
Yep,
All
GG.
right.
All right.
The runners
thank
or
you.
Ronald, do any of you have anything else to say? I don't.
No. I just wish.
Thank you for commentating.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I did not want to miss this one. This was a good one.
All right.
All right.
Let's do this. So for Destructor, for Fpiz, for Ronald, I'm Adam, aka WX fan. Don't go anywhere. 7:10 p.m. Eastern, right? We are going to have the first of 2 matches tonight of a best of 3 series for the Super Metroid randomizer tournament for SGLIVE. Stay tuned right here. For everyone else, we'll see you next mission. Later,
See ya.
everybody.
Bye.